I, Jeannie Boydston,
I, Jeannie Boydston,
do hereby solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma,
all laws of the State of Oklahoma,
all laws of the State of Oklahoma,
and the Charter and ordinances of the City of Muskogee, Oklahoma.
and the Charter and the what?
Ordinances.
Ordinances of the City of Muskogee.
And I will not
And I will not
knowingly receive,
knowingly receive,
directly or indirectly,
directly or indirectly,
any money or other valuable thing
any money or other valuable thing
for the performance or non-performance
for the performance or non-performance
of any act or duty
of any act or duty
pertaining to my office,
pertaining to my office,
other than the compensation allowed by law.
other than the compensation allowed by law.
I further swear
I further swear
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
that I will faithfully discharge my duties
as mayor of the City of Muskogee
as mayor of the City of Muskogee
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and I would like to say that I will do the best job I can with the help of this group of people up here who do a wonderful job, as well as some of these out here. And I'm proud of all the city employees. I'll be proud of you as soon as that corner of mine. And if you think we need anything around here, just let us know. Thank you.
Watch out, she's got the big stick now.
Okay. First thing we'll do is call to order the Muskogee Municipal Authority. The meeting of April the 8th, 2019. Roll call, please.
Mayor Jeannie Boydston.
Here.
Dan Hall.
Here.
Marlon Coleman.
Here.
Jamie Stout.
Here.
Wayne Johnson.
Here.
Patrick Kale.
Here.
Ivory Van.
Here.
Derek Reed.
Here.
We're all here. And item 1.
Approval of minutes, March 11, 2019.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mayor Jeannie Boydston.
Yes.
Patrick Kale.
Yes.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
The motion carries. Item 2.
Consider approval of MMA claims for the month ending March 31, 2019.
Mr. Miller?
Yes, thank you. As you see before you, we have the claims for MMA for the month of March. We do recommend approval.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Patrick Kale.
Yes.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Boydston.
Yes. And the motion carries. That's the end of the Municipal Authority agenda. And if you would, please stand for the invocation by Councilmember Jamie Stout, followed by the flag salute.
Please bow. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the springtime, and thank you for everything that you have blessed us with, dear Lord. And we just ask for that you lay your blessings upon Janie as we start a new adventure with her as our mayor and to lead our city. Dear Lord, just lead, guide, and direct us as we do the business tonight. Thank you.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Jeannie Boydston.
Here.
Dan Hall.
Here.
Marlon Coleman.
Here.
Jamie Stout.
Here.
Wayne Johnson.
Here.
Patrick Kale.
Here.
Ivory Van.
Here.
Derek Reed.
Here.
You have the minutes of the March 25th City Council meeting.
Move for approval?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Patrick Kale.
Yes.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Boydston.
Yes. And then we have the consent agenda. Does anyone want anything moved to the regular agenda?
Move for approval.
Second?
Discussion? Roll call.
Patrick Kale.
Yes.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. Item 5.
Hold a public hearing and take action on resolution number 2752, designating an area as part of the Founder's Place Historic District, or take other necessary action.
We need to open the public hearing. Ms. Callahan.
Thank you, Mayor. This item is a request from the existing Founders Historic District, and they have asked to expand their district. It takes in from 12th to 17th Street, and then from Okmulgee on the north side to Court Street, which then it mixes in with the existing district, and it has that boundary that then will blend in with the Kendall Historic District, which is across the street on Okmulgee. I have had several calls, some just asking what advantage, disadvantage there is. There's probably no disadvantage except for the time frame of if you do any major architectural work to the exterior home, those designs do need to come before the Historic Preservation Commission. We haven't had any in the existing founders that have been denied or asked to be remodeled, except for a brand new house that was built in a vacant lot. We had several of the homes that participated in the foundation rehab project, and all of those passed with adding the vinyl siding, vinyl windows, or replacement windows. It's one of those that the aesthetics are better than sometimes keeping the historic look, although we would like to keep them as historic as possible. Ready to answer any questions.
Ms. Mayor, may I be recognized?
Yes.
Yeah, Ms. Callahan. At one time, I remember up here that in the Founder's Place, there was something about the parking. Like you couldn't park around the back or something. They built a house. It was something to do.
The new house that was built there on 14th, they did ask that the garage was put back so that it matched the existing homes that were in the neighborhood, and they were happy to change the design to grant that.
Okay. Thank you. Turn the floor back over to you, Ms. Mayor.
Anybody else? We didn't have anybody sign up to speak to this, so we will close the public hearing and then see what the council wants to do.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Patrick Kale.
Yes.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Boydston.
Yes,
Thank you.
and the motion carries. Item 6.
Consider approval of amended resolution number 2750, authorizing certain modifications to the medical plan benefits under the City of Muskogee Employee Benefit Plan, providing and directing said modifications to be incorporated into the plan documents, summary plan description, and benefit summary sheets to be effective May 1, 2019, or take other appropriate action.
Ms. Kelly, how are you?
Good, thank you. Mayor, members of the council, this is a revision of resolution number 2750 that I brought forward to you 2 weeks ago. I did have 2 errors in the last resolution. In the retiree-only rates, the employee and child and the employee and 2+ children were reversed, and the other number, the employee and 2 children, I just had a mistype. Same thing for the COBRA rates. I swapped 2 numbers and then mistyped 2 numbers. So I would ask for your approval on the revision of this resolution this evening.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Patrick Kale.
Yes.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Boydston.
Yes, and the
Thank you.
motion carries. Item 7.
Consider approval to reject all bids on the 24th Street Improvements Project from Muskogee to Shawnee Bypass or take other necessary action.
Mr. Riley.
Yes, Mayor and Council. We took bids on the 24th Street Improvement Projects back in December, and while we were analyzing the bidders, determining which would be the best bid, turned out that one utility company was not notified by the engineer on the project, and that was Suddenlink, and it happens to be a major trunk line for them, and their relocations will not be complete for another 2 months. So that put us in a situation on the project where we can't meet the state laws and our ordinances as far as the bidding requirements. So we need to reject these bids and put it back out for bid within about a month or so.
Mr. Riley, so that all of the residents who are concerned will know the money is available.
Yes.
It's just temporarily delayed, and the project will move forward as planned.
Yeah, everything will move forward as planned, is other than we had a delay because of this one utility company.
Thank
Move
you.
for approval.
Second.
It's been moved to reject. Any discussion? Roll call.
Patrick Kale.
Yes.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes, please.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. Item 8.
Consider approval of the recommendation by the City of Muskogee Foundation Board of Directors appointing John Barton to replace Tim McElroy to serve the remainder of that term, which expires June 30th, 2023, or take other necessary action.
Mr. Miller.
Yes, Mayor, members of council, both of these next two are just following the usual prescribed procedure from the foundation board to appoint their members. Frank Merrick is here from the foundation, and my understanding is that Councilor Coleman served on the nominating committee as well, and he may be willing to speak to this item.
Let me say that it was our pleasure as a nominating committee to vet those candidates that have been recommended to serve on the foundation board. In this particular case, John Barton had already been on the board, in fact, had been past president. He remains active in the community, former school board member, eager to try to do what he can to serve the community better. And the nominating committee was very pleased to have reviewed his application, and we were happy to recommend that his name move forward to the City Council for approval. And so, Mr. Manager, I would support Mr. Barton's nomination. In fact, I recommend approval.
Move for
Second.
approval. Or was that in the?
That was a motion.
Oh, I'll second.
Oh, okay. Any further discussion? Do we want to hear from Mr. Merrick? Has nothing to say. Okay, roll
I
call.
want to talk to you.
Patrick Kale.
Yes.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. Item 9.
Consider approval of the recommendation by the City of Muskogee Foundation Board of Directors appointing Tammy Toombs to replace Johnny Wardwell to serve a 6-year term beginning July 1, 2019 and ending June 30, 2025, or take other necessary action.
Defer to Councilor Coleman again.
Tammy Toombs is currently the community relations representative for our area here in Muskogee and some other parts. And she comes to us very qualified, having already served in the community, and is being more acclimated to serve us, and is a perfect fit for this role on the foundation board because of her acumen and being able to deal with customers at all levels. And so, having vetted her application the same as we did the others, we were happy to move her forward as well to the city to be nominated to be on the community foundation board, and I recommend approval.
A second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Patrick Kale.
Yes.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. At this time, we will recognize citizens wishing to speak to the council, and we have 2 who have signed up, Stephen Ezel and Paul McKinstry. Which of you wants to go first? Stephen, all right. Give us your name and address, Stephen.
Yes. Stephen D. Ezel, 6121 South 6th Street East. I happen to be one of the 2 state chaplains and historians for the Oklahoma Department of the American Legion. And the purpose of this is to inform you of our 2nd annual Hot Dogs and Heroes picnic at the cemetery that will be coming up on June 15th this year, and we will be doing it at Booker T. Washington. The purpose of this picnic this year is to pay honor and tribute to the Tuskegee Airmen and, of course, other black veterans. Now, those of you know that Tuskegee Airmen were founded in 1942 at Tuskegee, Alabama, as the United States' first black pilots. They originally served in North Africa campaign, and then they were transferred to Europe, where they flew over 15,000 sorties flying bomber escort and did not lose a single bomber. 66 of those men actually died in the line of duty, and believe it or not, one of them is actually buried in Booker T. Washington Cemetery. That's Mr. Oscar Hutton. And a big stretch of Highway 69 from Quick Trip to the cemetery is actually named for Faith McGinnis. He was an instructor pilot who was killed in 1942 at Tuskegee, and just a few years ago, he was posthumously awarded the Congressional Gold Medal. We're doing this because, one, we want to try to keep history alive, and we would definitely like to enlist the aid of places like Martin Luther King Jr. Center and other various community groups to help come out to the cemetery, help clean it up, clean up the veterans of grave sites, their families and loved ones, and so on. And on a more personal note, I happen to have a nephew who's of African American descent, and my nephew is serving honorably right now in Germany as a member of the United States Air Force. And I just want you to know I'm very, very proud of him. He's carrying on a very honorable and very proud legacy. We should do our very best to preserve it. Now, to give you more details as to the picnic, I turn this over to my faithful cohort, Paul McKinstry. Sergeant?
Quite a character, Steve. Excuse me. This is a poster that I've set up. They've given me permission to set it up here. I'll show it to the audience first. It should only take a moment.
Well, would you give us your name and address first, please?
I was about to do that. My name is Paul McKinstry. I live at 3301 West 46th Street South. Okay.
Thank you.
And I'll show it to the audience first.
Okay.
These are photographs that we have taken at the last picnic. And they give you an idea of what we did and why we did it and things like that. And I'll set it up here for the council. I'm going to try to stay after the meeting, and y'all can feel free to look at these if you like.
Okay.
Thank you. My name is Paul McKinstry. I'm the historian for American Legion Post 15 here in Muskogee. Been a Muskogean for quite a long time. I would like to first of all thank the city attorney. He was instrumental in getting us permission to have the picnic at the Green Hill Cemetery on York Street last year. Thank you, Muskogee. We made history last year, and history in a good way. We got those young people, the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Thunderbird Youth Academy, and notably our own junior ROTC. They cleaned over 600 of those tombstones in that cemetery. They changed it from where you couldn't read it to where it looks almost brand new. These tiles that you all have one of are to commemorate the young people, the ones that went out there and gave their time. I've got videos. Those young people were so cold. It was so cold that year. The little hands were freezing, but they were proud to do it. And I'm hoping that the picnic we plan on having this year at the at the Booker T. Washington Cemetery will continue that tradition. I'm sure you've all heard of Girl Scout cookies. A lot of us don't remember that they started right here in Muskogee. Shame on us for forgetting that. We started a new program called Hot Dogs and Heroes, Muskogee, Oklahoma. It's already made national news. Channel 2 News plans on coming back again this year, along with the other news teams. And the reason I mentioned Channel 2 is because they showed up last year. But they told me whenever you decide to have it, invite us out, and we'll continue to do that. And what this is for is to get young people to get out and do things constructive for the community. We all hear the bad things about the youth of today. There are young people out there that are begging to do something to make a difference, to actually help the community. And that's what this is all about. So the picnic is actually to commemorate those that helped clean up. So again, like Stephen said, I would like to have the community involved, try to get as many people. And as you can see on the tile, the silhouette is a picture I took of the statue at the hospital at the VA. That was to commemorate the doughboys of World War I. This tile is going to commemorate the Tuskegee Airmen of World War II. I've already been asked to do future cemeteries. The next one I hope to do the Buffalo Soldiers, and we're in the process of doing that now. So thank you for your support. You made history. You may not even know it. But thank you, young lady. You're going to be a big part of this. I can see it. So thank you so much. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of what's going on. We're doing everything up front and open so everyone knows what's going on. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Item 10.
Consider an executive session to discuss and take possible action on the following. Pursuant to Section 307B4, Title 25, consider convening an executive session to discuss a pending action related to an order of the Oklahoma Corporation Commission and cause number TD 200200050 and subsequent settlement agreement dated September 29, 2005 between the city and Union Pacific Railroad Company, and if necessary, take appropriate action in open session.
Move that we go into executive session.
Second.
Okay. Roll call.
Patrick Cale,
Here.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Boydston.
Yes. The motion carries. Would you please excuse us for executive session? Roll call, please.
Mayor Jeannie Boydston.
Here.
Dan Hall.
Here.
Marlon Coleman.
Here.
Jamie Stout.
Here.
Wayne Johnson.
Here.
Patrick Cale.
Here.
Ivory Van.
Here.
Derek Reed.
Here.
Mr. Tucker?
Mayor Boydston and Council, pursuant to Section 307B4, Title 25 Oklahoma statutes, the City Council did convene an executive session to discuss a pending action related to the order of the Corporation Commission and cause number TD 2002-00050. The council was briefed on the status of that claim, and I want to make a brief statement relating to the history to give a little bit of context prior to the motion. City of Muskogee and Union Pacific were party to an adversarial action filed by the City of Muskogee before the Oklahoma Corporation Commission in 2002. The matter, of course, was ultimately settled, and an order reflecting the settlement was entered into by the Corporation Commission. The terms of that settlement expired November 30th, 2018, and Union Pacific has requested the funds that were escrowed be released. So based on the discussion that we had in executive session, I believe an appropriate motion would be to approve authorizing the city manager and city attorney to execute any necessary documents related to the release of funds held in escrow pursuant to the expired settlement agreement in Oklahoma Corporation Commission cause number TD 2002-00050.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Patrick Cale.
Yes.
Marlon Coleman.
Yes.
Wayne Johnson.
Yes.
Ivory Van.
Yes.
Derek Reed.
Yes.
Dan Hall.
Yes.
Jamie Stout.
Yes.
Mayor Boydston.
Yes, and the motion carries. And that concludes our meeting. Thank you.